So today we're going to learn how to take inputs in C program and C++ programs till the end of files. So this is a very common scenario, and here's a problem here. The problem is pretty basic. I'm not going to read out the problem. Basically you take inputs, and if it is 0 it means something, if it is 1 it means something else. Not actually exactly 1, it's anything other than 0 it will print this line. So let's start with C program first. So we have int main, we have included as standard input output. So let's start. First we're going to need a variable to keep the integers, int x. Then since we have to keep taking inputs, it is a loop, right? So it's a while loop. We can even take for loops, but while loop is easier for this scenario. In a while loop, we're going to scan here. We usually write the scanf below, but here we'll write the scanf here because we're going to test the scanf. The scanf is person D, and we're going to keep the variable in the x. And now we have to test it if it is equal or not equal to EOF. All of them are in capital letters. EOF means end of file. And if it is not equal to end of file, it means that it hasn't reached the end of file. So it will keep reading variables. And if it has reached the end of file, this while loop will terminate and it will not work. And it will reach the return 0. Okay, now in the while loop, we're going to write if x equals 0, we're going to print something. Print if it is equals 0, it is this \n, and else printf \n. With a semicolon here. Okay, so this is our program. So we cannot test it in our terminal because the terminal you cannot give anything EOF. So we're going to test it here. So C program here, include, I'm going to submit. Okay, it's accepted. We're going to now do the same thing in C++. So the include scenario I'll change it a bit. It doesn't matter if you don't change it, you can keep it here because C++ is basically an extension of C. So whatever you use on C, you can use on C++. But we're gonna show you how to do this on mainstream C++. So IO stream, we have included a stream. Then we are using namespace standard. Then we have our int x. Okay, this is not gonna change. This is gonna change. So cin is a little bit easier. Cin, and in the x, that's all we have to write. So what basically means is cin is taking an x input here, and if it exists, if it is able to take input, then it will reach this line. It will go into the while loop, and if it cannot take, if it has already reached the end of file, there will be no inputs, and if there are no more inputs, it won't take any input. So if it doesn't take any input, it will be negative, and it means that the while condition is unsuccessful, so it will not go into this while loop and it will straight go to return 0. Okay, let's change this a bit. See out. Now, if you want to use printf in a CPP, you have to write include stdio. I'm just writing an IO stream here, so I changed it into cout. Everything looks fine. I'm gonna go to the same problem. I'll change it into C++, copy our code here, and submit our answer as a compilation error. Probably does something pretty basic. It says that here there's a problem. Okay, what we did was a pretty basic mistake. Converting it. Yeah, so let's go again. C++ 17. Etc. So that's how we do it. And this will take inputs till the end of file, and the previous one too. Okay, so thank you guys.